back then, Harshana, Sri Lanka didn't have DNA evidence gathering mechanisms. They existed in Western countries, but not here. So I'm talking about the early 90s. And even had they existed, the governments of the day, my guess would be they would not have allowed them to be used. But today, the DNA evidence gathering and testing mechanisms are here. And our forensic scientists have had a lot more experience with these sort of mass graves and so on than they had back in the 90s. Worldwide, that is so. Now, given the fact that the graves are still there, in most cases, Surya Kanda, for example, supposedly 300 bodies buried there. The bodies are still there. They were never removed. And the same goes for many other graves. So even at this late stage, shouldn't the investigative authorities, which is not the Minister of Justice, but we're talking the CID, the police and the AG's department, shouldn't they be reopening those cases and doing whatever they can as far as technology, including DNA evidence, allows them to, so that they can then gather whatever fresh evidence they can. After that, if it's not enough, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's like you're right, because now the technology is available, the modern technology is there. So therefore, all options must be made available to the investigating officers to do so. And again, now let's say I do not know exactly what stages and how we are going to do it. Let's assume that we dig mass grave A. I will not tell names. I don't want to create controversy. We will be able to figure out, right, that people were tortured to death, say for an example. But then you have to link a human being who did it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Now that's where the difficult task comes, because whatever goes on media or even papers or public knowledge, we jolly well know who did what, sometime when names come up. But the court will ask us to prove it beyond reasonable doubt, and whether these people are even in existence now. So the older a case gets, the more difficult it is to prove in a court of law. And be honest with you, now there's quite a lot on our plate at the moment. You told something nice when you're starting. Wheels of justice are moving, but slowly. You're right, slow but steady, right? Because this government has the political will to pursue these things, right? Right now, we are looking at a few cases around between 2009 and 2015. And it has become very difficult because, as you know, with the passage of time, evidence tend to dry out. So with greatest difficulty, we are gathering them. So we have to kind of use and also we have figured out a few cases. I mean, we promised that in our election platforms. What did we promise? What we promised was investigation, finding evidence, and presenting them in court. Now, for an example, the Krish case, right, which was 2015. We have brought it to court. Daisy Frost money laundering with Yoshida, it has been brought to court, and a few other cases are on the pipeline. But what we do, as you can see, most of these arrests, we arrest them and we give them bail. No fanfare. Why? Arresting is a part of a process to start the serving of the indictment. So you will see the old cases are coming through. The new ones, nothing is happening. New ones, no corruption, no waste is happening so far. If it is so, it can be done even faster, right? So yes, you're right, we have to prioritize, but with the resources available, we will continue, and whatever there is technology, we will be using them.